Now,
Shout
you
out
shit on
to Chat.
black people. You shit on.
I feel like I shit on you. To your face. To your face.
What?
Be careful on me because I feel like you
Chat.
talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm telling
be
you.
Careful.
I'm telling you.
You shit on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
Trust me.
The tough talk. I got security. You got security. Ain't
Homie,
nobody
I
doing
ain't
shit.
got security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You
security
gotta
people.
hire a to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking tough.
Homie, you
just said that
I'm
you're
not
even
talking tough.
guy.
I'm talking to you straight up.
You know, when men don't see eye to eye, face to face, grown men, or something is said inappropriate, you don't see it how I see it, things can happen. Nothing that happened between Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb is anything out of the ordinary for most black men that have grown up around black men. You get in a heated argument, you get in a discussion, things can potentially get physical. And that's what we witness here. Trust me, I didn't think this was going to be the outcome. I thought maybe they'd be able to kind of see some things eye to eye, but I could tell by how the conversation started that Anton kind of had his backup for some reason. I don't know how the conversations went before. They obviously disagree on certain things politically. They disagree on certain things culturally, and chaos ensued. Now, this went on for 2 hours, but like I said, from the beginning, you could tell there was going to be something happening. And mind you, this wasn't necessarily set up as a debate, you know, and I think that's where the weird energy goes, because when you come into somebody else's space, I believe there's a certain amount of deference you should have regardless of the fact. Can't come off the top with that type of energy.
But here's the truth. We know, if I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
My God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong what I said?
This is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it.
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this. The majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to say all black people are stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not. I don't think you got people all the time.
Well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me? Because I
talk
don't
about
know.
liberal white women literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single day.
Caucasian female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the core.
I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
Wow.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that. But here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of it?
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you taking
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
That was a shot. I mean, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to say things about somebody's capacity if you're coming in good faith. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming in good faith, you don't have to insult somebody in the midst of a conversation, in the midst of a debate even. Like, there are rules to debate. And I think people don't realize that a lot of times. Because it seems like a free-for-all. It seems like you can say what you want to. But when it comes to two men in a conversation and you in the same room, which I like that Anton says he wants to not do any more via satellite interviews. He wants to fly to the podcast to see people face to face and eye to eye. But, you know, you still have to maintain a level of respect and decorum. I don't care what you say.
Too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion.
See?
Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they
Absolutely.
destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down. He asked you a direct question right there. Now, if that is not true, and I'm not putting this on Anton, you know what I'm saying? Like, Anton might well say what he want to say on his platform. But in this moment right here, he shifted gears. Even Darlene can see it right there.
Saying a lot.
No, you talking loud,
you talking loud,
and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it. And that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. Use the black people right now. You doing.
Oh, now see. If I had to say where this conversation went bad, you can look at how Corey's looking right here. This is where the conversation went bad. Everything else is from downhill from there. There's one thing you learn. You learn this in man discourse. Is you never mention or invite somebody to your private area. And you damn sure don't say somebody is sucking that. But like I said, this is something I see in show business a lot. I'll give Anton this. Though he went out there with everything, he most likely was nervous. Because that sentence in itself doesn't even make any sense. That sentence right there doesn't make any sense. And it's not honest. That's not even an honest take on Corey. You know, Corey has been critical of plenty of black people. I could name about 10 off the top of my head. We're going to get to that in a second, too. Naming people off the top of the head. That comes up in this conversation as well. Oh, we got a lot to get into.
The easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
see,
let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
He said, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That is part of the problem. Like, and that's what I'm saying. In certain conversations, you can't talk like that. Corey is a man in his 50s. You can't say that, yeah, you do, yeah, you do. So that's you doubling and tripling down on that statement, right? I'm going to let it play.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no.
You the same energy you give me.
Let's switch seats.
No.
Switch seats.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no. I'm a fucking man. I don't do no shit, homie.
I don't give a fuck about none of
Well,
that
I
shit
tell you
right
what.
now.
Once that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no.
A lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You think I
Okay,
give a
but
fuck about what you talking
that
about,
gay
nigga?
shit. Oh, you
I
go.
don't give a fuck about what you talking
Hey,
about.
homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put no
You
shit.
to me.
Don't put no
Detroit,
shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit.
Say it again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I'm a
I don't do no.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But you're
We
not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't do
Leave the
this shit.
microphone right down.
Yo.
Right now, I'm going up back. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Sir.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
got a
You
question
running
for
your mouth.
Anton.
I don't do
You
no
doing the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time.
I disagree with that. I definitely disagree with that. I don't think this is for the internet. You want to know why? Because it's rare that these flare-ups happen on the 5150 show. If you watch the 5150 show as long as I have, this is not the nature of the show. The nature of the show is that there's comedy in the cultural commentary. And the fact that this energy has gotten to this place, it's only happened 3 or 4 other times. This is a problem, right? And all this going out back, you know, that you can handle that on your own time. While you're on camera here, I'm like I said, it started off acrimonious. And the fact that we got to this place is is interesting. But I'm just saying, like, that line is going to be a trigger for somebody like Corey Holcomb. You got to know that. That's awareness. That's being around people. That's being in the lion's den. You got to know that's going to be a trigger. If you don't know that, let this be your lesson.
Yo, we good. I did already.
Nigga, you want to say your time? No. Hold on. If you want to
I'll
say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
If you want to say Anton, listen, don't disrespect me like that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you. But don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm going to extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how would it
call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
I got a question for bro.
Okay. No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No. This is my show. This.
He said, "Don't get close to me. Why are you so close to me?" It's a face-to-face debate that's gotten this, but this is normal. Like I said, this happens all the time in the barbershop, at the cookout, having a heated discussion, and it gets to that place. And sometimes you can't go in the back and straighten it out, or sometimes you can let cooler heads prevail. This is what Corey seems to be trying to do: is to let his cooler head prevail.
My show.
That's cool, but I take that shit as a threat.
Okay, well, it is a threat if you call him. I don't, my nigga.
Man, fuck what you talking about. If you want to get back to the conversation, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do shit.
Come at me with that again, nigga.
You're not gonna
come at me with. Say that again, nigga.
We can go out back right now.
Fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
No, it's just not respect.
I ain't
talking about the equipment.
Dolly, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like it,
if you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not listening. If you want to get back to the conversation,
long as you
we can
know.
get back to the conversation.
Long as you know,
bro, you not,
because that ain't
you not that tough.
Okay, and this is where it cuts out for a second. They're a little late to cut out the show if they didn't want to show that part. But they're gonna pick it back up.
Everything straight. Ain't nobody saying no more. Everything straight.
For sure.
And that's the bottom line. Now, I will admit, people will Monday morning quarterback this, but that is the core issue here. Are you going to continue in talking about that particular topic? And I think they've straightened that out right now, that is a tripwire. That is something that is going to take this conversation somewhere else.
I got a question for bro, though.
And I'm going to respect him on that.
Yes, sir.
He said what he said, so I'm going to respect him on that.
Yes, sir. So question, given that black people are on the Democratic plantation, what do you say about the use of Christianity to make slaves out of black people?
In what, today's time or historically?
No, sir. Historically.
Yeah, absolutely. It was used in a negative way, but anything can be used in a positive or negative way. You can weaponize literally anything. Corporate America, for example. You can use the internet in order to push out propaganda, or you can use it to communicate effectively with the people. You can use money to manipulate people, or you can use it to help people.
Corey ain't doing too much talking right about now. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I definitely, I'm glad they could cool down.
And so you can't just say that Christianity itself is used. The Quran is used in a negative way in order to control people.
Absolutely.
So it depends on the person, and that's why we evaluate the person based off of their fruits instead of evaluating them based off of Christianity itself. Because everybody that calls himself a Christian is not a Christian.
100%. So I agree that the teachings of Jesus are pure. However, in the hands of Caucasian white males,
that's not true, because I know some good Caucasian white men.
The teachings of Jesus.
And I know some bad Caucasian white men.
Oh, that's important. He brought it up. This is one of the points that Corey had. He said, "You're not gonna say anything about white men." That's you're saying you know some good ones, okay? Why are we pointing that out?
Okay,
right,
so
correct.
look, check this
So that's
out.
the
This is
main
what I
point, but let's
listen.
keep
Listen,
everything respectful.
listen. This is what I'm saying. The reason I don't have a lot of people up here at the show is because I know a lot of people aren't initiated when it comes to talking to men of a certain mind state. And I don't believe you knew what you was doing when you said something about it.
I apologize.
Okay. Hey, bro, I appreciate that.
I apologize.
And see, that should be the end of it right there, right? That should be the end of it. But of course, you know, it's ego. It's ego. Like, I don't see why Anton doesn't end it just right there. This could have been a huge moment to show how black men can have a disagreement and continue on. And sure, they didn't come to blows, but this didn't resolve how I thought it probably should have, unfortunately.
I appreciate that because this ain't no show. The last thing I want to do is get into it with you physically, but I have a switch. Where
I do too. And I'm a man, just like
I
you.
respect your switch. I respect your switch.
you too.
Okay, good. I'm glad,
We
brother.
good.
It ain't no fake shit right here.
Absolutely, I'm with it.
We straight. I respect your switch, brother. And I'm saying, like, a lot of people don't know the way I was brought up. You can't step to men like that. So I'm not checking you. I'm just trying to let you know
We good.
that when we talk to each other a certain way, like it brought up, that's just like motherfucking pissing on my shoes. So I'm saying, like, I could get back straight. I could get back straight. When I shook your hand, it wasn't phony.
Listen, I get into it with my
Stop.
homies. I get into it.
You got to stop, Anton, and acknowledge that. This is why I'm saying there's little moments here that could have smoothed this thing completely over. Because Corey's actually doing a lot here to completely reverse and say, hey, let's have the conversation. We don't have to do all that. He took his moment. He was quiet. And he came back with this. That is an offering. You got to acknowledge that. You said they apologized. But like I said, a lot of things come into play. Like I said, nerves, whatever preconceived notions they have of each other. Because Anton says he did some research on Corey, and Corey's pretty much an open book right there. From what I know of him, he's pretty much who he is on the 5150 show and off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think this conversation needed a few more acknowledgments of, like, we brothers, let's have this conversation. But I don't know if that was the energy.
It wasn't phony.
Listen, I get into it with my homies. I get into it with my brothers.
Right.
I don't have no sisters. I got three brothers.
Right.
And we scrap it out. I scrap with my nephews. It is what it is. And then we shake hands and we keep it moving once we have a disagreement and we get it out of our system. So if we good, then we good.
I'm good.
I'm with it. Let's get to the conversation.
That's why I tried to explain myself right there, because I'm like, this man probably don't even know that my mind is set up, Anton, my mind is set up when people do things like I call it backdooria on my show. Mm-hmm. When people throw that at you, it's a set off. And I'm saying, like, I ain't trying to get set off. I think I'm a lot more than somebody with name calling to get at me. But I'm saying, like,
but see, I don't believe you, Corey. I don't believe you, bro.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I don't believe you. Because you do the same shit that you feel offended by.
Really?
You do, absolutely.
Can you give me an example?
You just did it. You said a lot of shit to me that I don't necessarily care about.
I ain't said nothing about.
You pick and choose what's disrespectful because you applying it to you. It's other people out there that don't take that shit.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that. So listen to me, Anton.
But hold on. Let me say this last
Go ahead,
part.
land.
But I get it because you don't know me and I don't know you. So you don't know what I look at as disrespectful. And so as a result, I just let that shit ride. The only thing that ever triggers me is it, and this is why I like to do shows in person. I told you before the show, I said I don't do no more live streams with people that I don't know. Did I not say that? Because I want to see and look in their eyes and see what's really happening. right? And the reason that is because the only thing that set me off is if somebody make it seem like they ready to do something. Then I'm like, okay, well, it's all hands up. Fuck the conversation.
Well,
So basically, you're going to live streams to have interactions like this. Because if that's the case, that you're inviting drama into your life, which, you know, I got to talk about the stagecraft of Anton Daniels too, because Anton is known for this. Like, he's known to go on platforms and garner attention to then kind of ingratiate himself to their audience or prove something to the audience, which the 5150 audience, the chat room goons, they're a tougher crowd. So I felt like Anton had his defense up because of that. And so in order to garner that attention, he's probably got to exhibit that he ain't no punk, which if you really see Corey ain't on that. He ain't on trying to punk you. But if you trip that line, as you see, he gonna press you. And so he's pressing him right now just by standing in space. He didn't even move back. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pressure isn't off yet. He's still right there next to you. But yeah, I mean, that is kind of the real of what's happening in this moment. Anton's definitely going to make some clips. He's already done a live stream after the show. Like, it's crazy. So there is a financial incentive for Anton. That is his reason for being on YouTube.
how about this? People may be ready to do something for whatever reason. They want to be ready to do something. But what I'm saying to you is, you know, in this world, they are trying to normalize men in dresses. They trying to normalize a woman wearing a thong in front of a church gathering or whatever.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I could handle whatever is happening out there, but I'm saying, like, I'm still standing on this. I'm standing on this. If a man walking up to me with some homosexual talk, like, I could take, I said this before, I could take a meeting at a brother like Tyler Perry's house because I know what's gonna happen if it go bad. It's gonna the house gonna get tore up. I ain't saying that to act like I'm tough. I'm just saying,
I feel you.
There's certain things that we as men cannot say to each other without clashing.
Right.
And it is my opinion with niggas that I know and where I'm from, if I say to one of my homies, man, everybody will get quiet that we know.
Yes.
And they'll be like, what is that? What is that? Because it's like, that's that homosexual talk. So what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? If it's one way to get a brother like me, I know brothers who are preachers that would put their religion down for that right there. That's all I'm saying, black man.
It's lying.
Listen. That's what where you at. So I'm gonna respect that.
Thank you, brother.
It's simple as that.
I don't want no drama.
It's simple as that.
I swear I don't want no drama, man. My life is good.
Mine's is too.
I believe you. My life is good.
I'm
man.
with you.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't want you to come up here for that. It's just the simple misunderstandings that we as men can have. I think older black men like us need to make sure there are boundaries that simply can't be crossed when men are talking. And if you tell me a boundary, Anton, if you tell me a boundary, I promise you, I'm going to do my best not to cross that boundary. When I'm talking to Willie D don't like when you call him nigga. And I go out my way not to call Willie D nigga because I look at him as a man.
I kick it with Willie too. For me though, I don't give a fuck about the talking. I don't have no boundaries. I don't care if a nigga say something about me. It is what niggas say shit like that all the time. Like, that's the environment that we live in. I only care about my real life.
Can I ask you a question? You just said men talk disrespectfully to you in your face all the time.
No.
This is nothing.
You did not hear what I said. I said they do that shit all the time. You see it in the chat. You see it.
That's funny because the chat is in the studio, so you can see it. So that's funny. Every time somebody comes into the studio, they notice the chat. Like, all of a sudden, they be like, "Oh, they talking about you." So Anton is very aware of what's happening in that chat room, and it's also making him a little more, I think, confrontational.
Get in the comments, all of that shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about that shit, right?
That's right, because that's for the internet.
Right. So when people say stuff, I don't take it personal because it's not a thing to me. It's just talk. The only thing I care about is what happened in real life. When I cut that shit off in real life, my life is great.
Right. Let me tell you something.
So my point is that I don't take nothing personal unless it get personal, unless it gets physical. That's the only thing I'm up on. Anything else I can walk away from. I don't give a fuck about that. My life, I could walk away and I'm probably gonna never see that person again.
I understand. So this is why the chat.
That was interesting. See, he's still harboring some resentment for the clash. You know what I'm saying? Corey tries to move on to maintain professionalism in some ways, but Anton is still caught for some reason. I don't understand why. I allow them, and in fact, I encourage them to be themselves in the chat because this is a computer screen. But one thing I will say this is to the youngsters especially, because they the ones who really don't know. I'm talking about 35 and under. When you in a man's face, you have to watch how you talk to them because face to face is a lot different than the computer. Yes.
On the computer, I got motherfuckers talking about me.
Let me ask you a question.
This motherfuckers saying all kind of shit about me on the computer.
Let me ask you a question.
But if they in my face saying that to me,
let me ask you a question.
It can go bad.
Why?
I'm not saying I'm not acting tough.
Hold on.
I'm not acting tough.
I'm asking you a real question. Why do you get triggered?
Can we talk about body language there? Corey is comfortable. Anton is talking, but he's picked up the mic and now he's leaning back. You know, like he's bracing himself. So, I mean, there's kind of a mismatch on the energies. This is a long clip, but let me skip to where this finally ends up. It's really a lesson in this. It's a lesson in this and how to deal with each other as black men. You know, like knowing boundaries, knowing what to say, and knowing when to just let it go.
No, when you talking to men who play in riddles and stuff like that, I'm telling you,
you the one that's talking in riddles.
You ain't never been to jail, have you?
Hell no, I ain't never been to jail.
I could tell. I could tell.
You been to jail?
Nope. Nope.
So what the fuck that mean then?
I'm just saying, like, if you went to jail, they would have to start
on you. To your face. To your face.
Anton is talking about everybody else. You talking about?
No. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when it comes.
I believe you.
When it comes to
you live it, because I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people in the cemetery that didn't know it was finna happen like that fast. That's why out here I try to walk under the code. There's a code out here.
No, you don't. And that's why I said
you say I don't walk under the code.
No, you're hypocritical. I told you that to your face.
The whole world is a hypocrite, but what are you talking about?
No, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when it comes.
I believe you.
When it comes to specifically you moving by a code.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Because you think that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, and that people are supposed to respect the way that you move. But I don't think that you move the way that you're supposed to anyway.
I want this thing to be studied.
I don't know, man. That sounds like a weird judgment. You know, and trust me, I tried to listen to this objectively. I had my homie listening to it at the same time so I could kind of bounce what I was seeing and what he was seeing. And we were saying the same thing about mutual respect and respecting somebody when you come into their platform. When you're a guest in their platform. Like, this is a very simple thing, you know, like I get the characters that we play on YouTube. But at a certain point, like, it's about to get real. And after living in LA, it can get real. It can get real quick. Like, things can shift on a dime. You having a good time, you talking, and it's something trips the conversation and it goes left. Something trips it and it goes left.
Anton is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. This is a fact.
I like this chat. Let me tell y'all why I like the chat.
Everything
Still talking
but
about the chat.
himself
No.
and white men.
No, listen. I told you I want to come back and have a full conversation about it, or we can talk about it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Study this episode.
Shout out
he
to
ain't shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to
and
the
he
chat.
ain't shit on
I'm
himself.
not gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out to
shitted
the
on
chat.
black people. You shitted on motherfuckers.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
What?
Be careful shitting on me, because I feel like you talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm
Well,
telling
be
you.
careful.
I'm telling you.
You
that,
shitted on me to my face, but that shit will
Corey,
lead to some
would
danger.
we please stop the
Trust me.
The tough talk. I got security. You got security. Ain't
Homie,
nobody
I
doing
ain't got
shit.
security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You
security
gotta
people.
hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie,
tough.
you
just said that.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You
easily
said you
triggered?
disrespected me in my face,
Yeah.
and then you act like
That was kind of slick. That was a slick shot. Like, if you want this conversation to go right, which it seemed like he did when they shook hands and he apologized. If you really meant that apology, you don't take a shot like that. You don't. And then you don't talk about somebody being a hypocrite and you don't try to score points. That's what I did notice about this conversation, that in this space, there was a lot of manipulation going on. There was a lot of trickery with the language. And I can pick up that. If you're going to say something, make it direct. You understand? I don't like all that slick shit.
it was all
said that I
good.
disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt.
Nah.
Is that not what you said?
Homie.
You said that out of your mouth.
Homie,
and so I apologized when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you
But you still
disrespected me
triggered
in
by
my
it
face,
because you don't accept the apology because
you
you
still talk
feel
about
some type of
everybody
way.
else except yourself and
No,
white men.
I'm telling you what I said. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing a conversation that happened.
Okay, so you apologize now. So there's not going to be no conversation after this, right? You apologized and you're restating that you apologize. Why do we keep falling into this trap in this conversation?
Why you so easily offended?
You still talk about me? It sounds like I'm arguing with
because I'm right.
Damn.
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time.
That was
Be
direct.
gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down.
You're
So you proved the
hypocritical.
point.
You're hypocritical.
Homie, just gone,
No,
man.
you hypocritical,
Just gone,
bro.
man.
You
Just gone.
hypocrite. I'm out the jet.
You done did this before.
He's
Get your
hypocritical,
bitch ass the
and
Hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your bitch ass the fuck on. And walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga.
Like I said, it was a lively discussion. I kind of wish Anton had stayed. And I think Corey was actually genuine when he accepted his apology for crossing that line. So then you all should be able to then build and grow and move on from it, right? Or go outside and handle it like men. Dap it up and then come back and have the conversation if you're going to have it after that, or go your separate ways. But I hate that it had to end like this, that you had to storm off and not have the conversation. But like, that's the thing. You're not going to be able to sit there and take shots because that's kind of what it was there. It became sort of a game to Anton in some ways. It became sort of how many of these shots can I throw in there under the guise of, we pieced it up. You know what I mean? Because obviously Anton was still mad at the situation. And that's the thing. Like, you got to let it go. But, in the heat of battle, in the heat of debate, things like this can happen. Tempers can flare and people can get misconstrued. But I don't know. I want you all to watch the whole video over on Corey's channel from the beginning so you can see what I was talking about the acrimony in the beginning, how Anton kind of had his defense up in the beginning of the conversation, and how Corey actually came in with a kind of a cheerful spirit, if I had to say. But somehow we got to this point. And like I said, nothing against either one of these brothers. They're both successful in their own right. And they needed to have this moment. They needed to have this moment. And Anton brought it up that, you know, Corey doesn't want him back on the show. But and that's what I'm saying. There was a possibility there could have been a follow-up at some point there if Anton had stayed through. But I think with him storming out and leaving, I think that's a wrap. But either way, man, let me know what you think about it in the comments. You know, we all grown here, right? We can have a conversation and disagree and come back and actually build. That's what I wanted to see here, was a build. And unfortunately, we couldn't get to that place. But, you know, it is what it is.